And I want now to go direct now to first aid. And this is the question I want to ask you. Nataka kuuliza hii swali. What is first aid? Joseph, what is first aid?
First aid is the first attempt to try and issue a general medical support to an injured person. Just the basics. It's just the basic. It's not in depth. I think it's the first attempt to just release someone from pain. It's not ready for the hospital.
Uh-huh. That is a good explanation. Very good explanation. With very many words, indeed, but very good explanation. The first thing that should come into your mind is, why are we doing it? Why are we doing this first aid? Why should we train you on first aid? So the first attempt, as he is clearly putting it, the first attempt that you try to do to someone who is injured is what we call first aid. But do you know there are some things that we can try to do that indeed it will not be referred as first aid? Kwa sababu pengine mtu anajaribu kufanya kitu lakini ni harm. He is causing harm to the individual. Are you together? Rather than helping. So when you are talking of first aid, there must be what is driving you toward that. Why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? So that is what should come into your mind whenever you are in such a circumstance. Why am I offering this aid? Because aid is a help. So it is the first help that you offer to someone. So why am I doing it? So in such a manner, can you maybe define for us first aid? For what purpose? I want you to complete. For what purpose? Grace, I can see you want to add something. What is first aid? Ah, those are the things that now I'm looking. Number one, why you offer first aid is to try to save a life. So why am I concerned with your breathing? Because if I leave you to continue breathing, what will be happening? In one way or the other, you might lose life. So Nicole, by the way, how many liters do you have in your body? A normal human being. 45 liters. That is the blood that you have in your body. So imagine you lose 2 liters. Yes? What will be happening? So that is why are we doing first aid? Because number one, the first reason why you do first aid is to preserve life. So it is to save that life. And this is the reason why we have what we call the 3 P's. We talk of the 3 P's. But before I come to the 3 P's, this is the best definition of a first aid. So we say it is the immediate attention which is given to a person suddenly taken ill or injured using available, this is very important, using available equipment or materials and accepted principles and accepted principles of treatment before being handed over to qualified medical personnel. There are keywords there. One, you are using available materials or equipment. Sawa sawa? But the method you are using must be acceptable. If the method is not acceptable, that is not first aid. Let me give you a very good example. When someone swallows poison, what could you do if you discover I have swallowed poison?
No. We just know what you would do right now. Vile ungefanya tu sahi kabla hujafanya first aid. Umekuta ya kwamba jina Damaris, umekuta Damaris amekunywa dawa sahi angemuweka kidole atapike. So my question is it an accepted? Yes, it should be available source, but it should be accepted principle. So when we are talking of first aid, the reason why I'm asking that question ni ili mwanze kufunguka sasa tuone that you might be doing something to someone thinking that you are offering first aid, but indeed you are not. Are you together? Because whatever you are doing, it must be accepted way of doing things. Sawa sawa? It must be accepted way of doing things. Assuming hiyo kitu nini imeenda kule hiyo poison ikaenda kule imeexpand na wewe unajaribu kuinduce vomiting. You will be destroying huyo mtu sasa badala ya kumsaidia. So this is the reason why we say we offer first aid using available materials, but whatever method we are using must be accepted. Are we together? So we will be training you today on different accepted methods of dealing with an injured person or of dealing with an accident. Accepted. Lazima hiyo word stick leo. Lazima tukubaliane ya kwamba hii kitu ikifanyika, this is the accepted way. Mtu akichomeka, kuna watu wanaenda wanatafuta unga ya ngano, anakuja na mumwagilia. You see? But is that method accepted? Are you together? Is it accepted? So that is the reason why first aid is very, very important. Because we must come up with accepted principles of treatment. And this is before being handed over to a qualified medical personnel. So what are the aims of first aid? As I had said, we have what we call the 3 P's. We do first aid for 3 reasons. Reason number 1 is what we call preserving life. We do first aid because we want to preserve a certain life. Number 2, anything that we are doing and we are calling it first aid, it must prevent further injury. This is the reason why we are talking of accepted. It must prevent further injury. If it is not preventing further injury, that's not first aid. Sawa sawa? So you must offer the first aid so that you try to prevent further injury. Mtu ameanguka, amevunjika mkono, lakini wewe badala ya kumsaidia as you are trying to offer your first aid, umedislocate ile mkono zaidi. Is that first aid? The answer will be no. So you must prevent further injury. Number 3, we do first aid to promote recovery. So huyu mtu ameanza ako na shida na sasa tunataka kumsaidia zaidi. Sawa sawa? So how do we do it in an acceptable manner so that at least we are able to promote that recovery? So we offer first aid because of 3 reasons. Na hii lazima istiki kwetu kama first aiders. To preserve life, prevent further injury, and to promote recovery. If whatever you are doing is not doing the 3, then that is not first aid. It either means you are not using the acceptable means. Then the last, we call them 3 P's. Kuna S pale chini, and S stand for, you said for help. Remember we said you do that first aid until that time you hand over that patient to who? To a medical person, medical professional. So you must say for help. You must call either the ambulance or something like that. Good. So that we can be able to do this, it should stick into our mind that if whatever you are doing, you have not protected yourself, then you should not even do it to the other person. I cannot come to offer help to Joseph if personally I am not safe. So the first thing that you must always remember to do is to check for your protection, number 1, before now you go and assist the person who is injured or someone who has been taken ill. So protecting yourself and the victim is very, very important. And this is the reason why we want to mention about something called scene safety. Scene safety. The accident may happen. How safe are we? So we must be aware of our surrounding. We need to be very careful about our surrounding. So we need to look for dangers to ourselves. Wewe unaangalia unaona, am I safe? In this scenario, am I safe? Kwa mfano, ni magari imegongana pale barabarani na wewe umeingia tu kwenda kusaidia wale watu wamekwama kule ndani ya gari, lakini hamjaweka signages to show the people who are coming that there is an accident already. Are we together? So even if you are assisting here, are you safe in whatever you are doing? Because we have seen people going to assist, going to rescue, but instead of them helping, wao wenyewe pia wanaingia ndani ya the accident itself, wanakufia pale. So at the first stage, there is what we call scene safety. And the first thing that we ask ourselves, am I safe? Is my crew member safe? Are the people who have already been involved in an accident, how can I make it safe for them as I'm trying to assist them? So you look for dangers to yourself, that is the rescue and crew. You look about the danger of the victim and the bystanders. You also people around who can help. Sometimes you might be having more than you can handle. So you need also, in such an environment, you look for people who can be able to help you. Ikiwa pengine ni kitu ambayo hata ikiwa hahitaji a lot of training, you can train someone. Please hold this person in this manner. Jaribu kuweka huyu mtu kwa hii level. So you can be able to look for people who can help you. Then the fourth thing that you check is how many people are injured and how are they injured. Kuna kitu baadaye nitakuja kuongelea, tunaongea kuhusu categorizing the injured people. You check how injured are these people, what level of injury do they have, and who do you start with whenever it comes to people who are injured, because you don't start with everybody. If you go to an accident scene, there's someone who is crying there, mwingine ana shout pale na mwingine amelala pale. Who do you start with? Yeah? Utaanza na yule ambaye anapiga kelele pale? Kwa nini uanze na huyu amelala? Exactly. So we call it triage. We will be talking of triage. There is the sequence of who do you start with. Huyu anapiga kelele, wachana naye kwanza. Huyu anajisikia. Unaanza na yule ambaye ako unconscious. So how many people are injured and how were they injured? So those are the things that we learn in first stage, and those are the things that I will be mentioning.